All right, hopefully this will work. I'm using a different OBS. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. So I'm trying all kinds of new stuff here. I have enabled Streamlabs donations and a whole bunch of other things, and widgets and widgets and buffs and all kinds of cool stuff. So anyways, let me know how the audio is with this particular version. I haven't really adjusted much. I'm going to kind of do that on the fly here. I'm going to kick things down just a little bit as far as the dB levels, because I found that maxing everything out is usually bad. So you're going to probably hear me change my audio a little bit there. Okay, so that's kind of work. But I got with us tonight Cheshire and Jim Majors, and I just somehow screwed Cheshire up here. What did I do, Cheshire? I didn't screw her. I screwed her up. There's a difference. Oh, I got an echo. Where did I get an echo from? Oh, 1 second. 1 second. All right, how about that? Is that better? Testing 1, 2, 3. Do I have an echo now? And while they're getting back to me on that, I will try to fix Cheshire's thing here, because she looks so small and helpless. No, let's see here. No, that's not it. You can talk now, people.
It's interesting. There's still an echo.
Is there still an echo?
I'm not hearing it. Do you hear it, Chesh?
I don't hear it, no. Hold on. Oh yeah, there is definitely an echo. I just went and listened.
All right, try. I just muted you guys. How does that? Does that get rid of the echo? Testing 1, 2, 3. I shouldn't be getting an echo because I'm literally going through only one source right now.
It sounds good now on the stream, at least. Yep, all good.
All right. So what it was I'm using NDI, and just like I'd have to do with the other source on the other OBI, I've got to change. I got to kill you guys' audio from the NDI source, and it just put on a video. So, hey, we live and learn, right? But unfortunately, I still don't know why you're so small on my screen.
I'm a tiny baby person.
I don't know what's going on with you. You're like right in the middle there, and so small.
It's just trying to portray real life more accurately.
You're so diminutive. Let's see here.
Chesh is too small and Katie too big.
Oh! Ouch. There we go. Now let's see if I can make her... Oh, there we go. Does that work, people? Now she's normal size to me. Yay.
It's debatable.
Right. Oh. I like them diminutive. You know, she's like Lily's small, but has a lot to say. Like big mouth kind of stuff, right?
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome. You heard it here. Steve says Cheshire has a big mouth. On such a small frame. All right, so anyways, if you want to try to get Dave McGinnis in here, can you get him the link? He's messaging me on Skype.
Yeah, I can get to him.
All right. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing this on this Great Debate Community channel, not on my main channel, because this is kind of a, I guess, drama. You know, it kind of is, because we're not creating drama, but we are responding to some drama, and we'll do that on this channel rather than my main channel. But as you guys know, Katie Paulson decided to add more fuel to the fire and stick her foot in her mouth once again. Now, I don't understand why she does this. I happen to think she's decent at writing her blog post against woo-woo stuff. I'm against woo-woo. She's against woo-woo. If she would stick with that, all would be fine in the universe. But she doesn't. And when she gets involved in certain things and talks about me, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And I'm not the only one I found out. I've had actually a couple people message me saying, hey, Steve, she's done the exact same thing to me or to other people. And there's even a account out there right now called Without Crystal Balls? Without a Crystal Ball? No, what is it called? Without Balls or something. I don't remember. But they are a parody account that I have no affiliation with whatsoever, except that they DM'd me at one time and said, hey, I'm sorry if this caused any problems. He doesn't really know who I am. He only found out who I was later. He didn't create that account because of me. Or she. I don't even know if it's he or she. But,
the account is called Without Any Crystal Balls.
Without Any Crystal Balls. So without nuts, basically, too. And so she made a video, and she basically said that this fake account, which is not an impersonation per se, what it is a parody account, they made this very obvious, that they were affiliated with me Cheshire, and a few other people as well. Now Jim's really small. What do you guys keep doing with yourselves?
That's because David came in.
I did not do it.
Hello.
See, when somebody comes in, I got to readjust this stuff. That's what it is. All right. I'll
Thanks
get
a lot.
you an NDI input in a second here, David.
Making me small.
Somebody
Yeah, there we
said
go.
Jim
Bigger.
looks-
Dave gets in the
Larger.
room and everybody loses their size. Yeah, that's not the first time.
More
it's happened.
Jim.
Somebody says that Jim looks like eerily like Kyle.
No.
What?
No, he really doesn't. All right, so, anyways, I wanted to talk about that real quick because I was like, just stunned that she made this weird connection that I was somehow affiliated with this parody account, merely because I hearted one of them and I responded, and I think he tweeted at the time. That doesn't mean that I'm affiliated with that person. Her journalistic integrity is pretty well, in my opinion, shot to fuck at this point anyways, because nothing she has said in any relationship to me is correct. She first started off by saying that I was trying to defraud the VA, not realizing that the VA is something you get unconditionally. It's not dependent on your income. In fact, I have a military person still in here. Isaiah, you still there?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm still here.
correct me if I'm wrong, my little buddy Isaiah, who I love dearly, who I haven't seen in a long time, and I never had told you to go into the military, and we really hoped that you didn't, but you decided to go against my better wishes and join the military many, many years ago, and you've been stuck in ever since. But as a military person, do you know about the VA?
Yeah, as far as I know, you're obligated to it. Like, whether or not you're injured, whether or not you're fucking filthy rich or dirt poor.
Right.
That's what I know.
And you're right. It makes no difference to my income. So she was trying to make the trial balloon that I was somehow defrauding the VA. Bad mistake. I do take veterans things very seriously. Then to top it all off, and then I'll get you guys' opinion on here, and I'll get Dave McGinnis as NDI source, that she decided in this particular video toward the end to float the trial balloon that I sexually harassed her. Still, I had no idea what the hell she was talking about until she said this. She said that the reason I sexually harassed her was because I took a different approach on the whole rape culture thing, which she takes out of context, but whatever. My opinions on rape culture are completely tangential to anything. But she somehow took what I said about rape culture to a sexual harassment allegation. What the hell is wrong with this woman? I'm just at a loss. Those are three major allegations she's accused me of: impersonating her, defrauding the VA, and sexual harassment. None of which has any evidence. None of which is true. And when her fans have asked her for evidence of this, what do you think happened, Jesh?
Comments gone.
We have somebody asking for a clarification as to what the VA is. It's the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Yeah. And Jim's ex-military too, so I mean, I didn't even have to ask Isaiah, but I wanted to get Isaiah in here because he doesn't have a camera, and I haven't talked to him in ages. Isaiah is like one of the definitive anti-young earthers. He actually debated Kent and some other people, and he debunks young earth creationism back in the old days. But yeah, so her thing, I mean, I'm not going to play her entire video, but part of her video says something about honest communication, honest talk.
Yeah, well, it's even in the beginning blurb of this video that she talks about. She mentions that. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, what does she say about it? Straight talk with Katie, and I remember seeing something about honest discussion or something. Oh, honest commentary. Yeah. Honest commentary when you have your comments disabled. Now, I understand there are times when you should disable your comments and get rid of your likeness. Like, I get it, right? I really do. We all have trolls. And she has trolls. She has legit trolls. But people asking her for evidence is not trolling, and she's calling that harassment. And I've even asked on Twitter, have I ever asked anybody to go harass her, to like or dislike her comments, or to comment anything negative towards her personally, or to harass her? Not one said anything. Not one person said that I did. Now, Chess, you left a comment on there, and what happened to you?
Oh, it got deleted, or the comments were removed by the time anything actually, like before I could have even responded. But she left them up just long enough to say, "Go away. I know you are connected to this."
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. Go away. I know you are connected with this. I don't even know what that means.
I'm not sure what
she's. I guarantee it.
Seems
Yeah,
a little
I'm not
paranoid.
A
yeah,
little?
I'm not entirely sure what this is. like what I'm supposed to be connected to. Now I've been showing up a lot recently on shows and streams because I've been asked to be here, and I want to make that clear. I've been asked to be here. Kyle isn't putting anything out. If Kyle wanted me to come on and talk to him, I would go on and talk to Kyle, because why not? If she wanted to talk to me, she could talk to me. But she's not interested in that. She just wants to accuse people of shit. There's no conversation going on here. There's no responses. There's no back and forth. There's no, oh hey, are you related to this in any way? Do you have anything to do with this alt account? Well, no. And if I was gonna be related to an alt account, I wouldn't use my regular fucking Twitter stuff to converse with you back and forth whenever it does come up. How do you know I'm connected? There's no possible way you could even know that.
And I'm going to ask her right here, Chesh, are you in any way connected to that Without a Crystal Balls account?
Nope, I don't. I have no idea who runs it. No idea.
I don't know who runs it either. I haven't asked. Jim, do you know?
No.
If you don't know, don't tell me. But I mean, are you connected to that account?
No.
I mean, the Perfect Did It is not really affiliated with any of us, because they had told me that they didn't really know much about this stuff with the whole non sequitur until after the fact. They were actually doing that parody because of things that she had with other people that she misrepresented in the community, not necessarily our community, but online.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me when I was looking at it.
It's my account.
They went out of their way to apologize. Like this altered, or this, it's not an alt account. This parody commentary account. The Without Crystal Balls, or Without Any Crystal Balls, is one. It's obvious. This isn't pretending to be her. This is not in any way. But at the same time, there's no connection with anybody. There's no long-term interactions. There's no history, and they went out of their way to apologize for her accusations.
They DM'd me. They literally DM'd me too and said, apologizing to me if this affected me. And I'm like, no, I thought it was kind of funny, and I hearted it and I retweeted. But for her to make that leap in her mind that I have something to do with this, or my followers have something to do with it, that's just absurd, because the person, whoever is in charge of that account, had made it clear that this was all secondary to him. He doesn't really even know who I am that much. So it's just her putting connections together, this weird apophenia that she has to try to make connections that aren't there, which normally I would be like, this is just another person trying to do that. But she's supposed to be a journalist.
What is that? The flat earther who says he sees dragons in Mexico?
Oh,
what I find hilarious
what
is
his name?
A journalist that was accused of doxing and shit with the Jilly Juice situation. They don't seem to know what doxing is. It seems to be that they indicated if you create an email or a Twitter account that has a similar name to somebody else's name, that you've doxed them, which is not.
Yeah, we had people try to explain. I think even Chucky Darwin here, Isaiah. Did you put doxing on there too? Explain to her what doxing was. I think you did. I think he did. Edgewise was the person. Thank you, taking into Edgewise is the person you're thinking of, Josh. But yeah, she doesn't necessarily understand what doxing is. Doxing is when you release confidential personal information of somebody. For example, I know certain people's real names, right? But I never give that out. That would be doxing.
Even if this person was impersonating her on Twitter, that's still not. People can do that. There's not only is it not doxing, but it's also there's no legal ramifications for something like that, because it's not there. That's not something that that's why the little check mark is there for people who are popular enough.
I mean, the most popular Twitter account parody is Donald Trump. There are so many Donald Trump Twitter accounts out there that it's ridiculous.
I'm a little upset that I don't have one. Account. Nobody's made even my haters haven't made a parody account with me. I'm a little disappointed in that.
I actually made one.
You have permission. Make a parody account with me if you hate me. I don't care. I've never
Jim made one. With it. Jim, did
I
you make one of
I just made one, Steve, but I blocked you from it. Everybody gets to see it.
I made a parody account of Steve, and then I blocked everybody. Okay. Brilliant.
That was something that Nick pointed out in his blog, that the closest thing to doxing actually took place on her channel when she showed a list of the people that were following this account and threatened them.
Yeah, it's
As
funny.
if she could call the police on these people.
It's funny you mention that because people tell me a lot of things. She has me blocked. I have her blocked, but a lot of people send me stuff. I get inundated with messages, that you know. But people have sent me some of the things that she said, and even though I can't say she's asked for an all-out call-out to try to ban me on Twitter, it sure the hell seems like she's implying it because her followers are like, which tweet do we report, kind of thing.
She also asked for information about people.
Oh, I'm sure. I've had people say something along those lines too, but I have never said anything on Twitter that's even remotely bannable or even for a timeout. I haven't even mentioned her full name and said anything. Well, I mention her full name sometimes, but I don't say anything insulting to her. I'm only calling her out for the things she said, like, "Hey, Steve's going to get paid. We'll be on and on sec." That's a promise that she made that obviously hasn't happened yet. By the way, news update. I was going to save this, but I thought about it. You guys have a right to know. Myself, Reds, Glenn, and Kyle are having a meeting this Friday afternoon. So we are going to have a sit down and talk. Because I have no reason not to, because I thought about this. I'm like, if Kyle wants to have a conversation and I deny that, then he can just say, "Oh, look, well, I tried to talk to Steve and he didn't want to talk," right? And so I get that. He has made certain capitulations and certain things that he said. Maybe, and we'll see if he follows through on them. But if you haven't noticed, I have really tried to keep myself from limiting things I say about Kyle. I mean, I don't want. My goal was never to ruin Kyle's reputation. I even said that in the video.
Oh, he did that himself.
Yeah, I mean, I happen to like Kyle.
He didn't need your help.
I mean, Kyle was my friend. I happen to like Kyle. I don't think he's an evil person. I really, honest to God, don't. I think he makes bad decisions. But as Reds and I pointed out, this is a decision that he made that he had to suffer the ramifications for. But this is not the same as Katie, GE, and KC, who I just actually despise. I mean, I literally think they're horrible people. That's not the same thing. I don't think Kyle is a horrible person at all. But there's things that are happening that because of him, right? So I'm really willing to talk to him on Friday, and we'll let you know what happened. But you haven't really seen me just like chastising him as far as a person like I have with Katie and the rest of them, because there's reasons for that, right? I just think Kyle made a very bad mistake, and hopefully he might realize this. But anyways, that's a difference between me going after one person and then going after another. Like Katie, I'm going after because of the shit she says. She calls that harassment. Let me explain something to Katie if she ever watches this. If you make accusations for somebody and they respond to them and they ask for evidence, right? And I only do for certain people. There are trolls and made accusations about me from day one. I don't bother with them because they're just meaningless drivel. But I don't think you're a troll. I think you actually believe this stuff, and you made accusations that you cannot support. That is why I'm calling you out on it, Katie, and yet you call that harassment. Let me explain this to you. That is not harassment. I've never sexually harassed you. I've never done any kind of harassment to you. I've never asked anybody to go downvote a video of yours. I've never asked a person to go write nasty comments on your videos. Not one. So this weird paranoid narrative you have of me is in your mind only, because I guarantee it, none of my followers have anything from me that have ever said to them to do anything of the sort. The only thing I've asked them to do is go call you out for saying that you said I would get paid and that there's more to the story and that I was just defrauding the VA after you said in your video, before you said in your video, "Oh, I don't know anything about the situation, but you know enough to say that I'm supposedly defrauding the VA." That doesn't jive. That is a contradiction to me of sorts. So
I find it bizarre. It's interesting. One of the things is because I'm pretty new. Like, I'm not new as in, like, I've been lurking for a long time. But I'm new comparatively, and I haven't been on the channels.
You were our secret gem that we had on Twitter that was my personal, like, correspondence person that nobody really knew about, and then I decided to make you public. I don't know why
I thought I was secret gem.
You were never secret.
But in being in the position that I'm in, they can't call me out on anything because they don't know anything about me. So the best that they've got is, "Oh, I know you're connected. Cool, thanks." Tips.
I'd like to know what she meant by that. Why do you keep resizing? I don't know how to fix you, Chesh. You're broken. You're such a hot mess.
Hot mess. I'm magic.
Yeah, Jess came out of the woodwork.
Hair streaks going on, I see.
What's that? Even if I lock her down, it still resizes. But yeah, Chess came after the woodwork, more toward the beginning of the NSS drama and stuff like that. And I'm glad that she did. I knew that she had a lot to say on Twitter, and as soon as she and I interacted, I knew she was going to be like a bestie. So we just, yeah. And I knew Jim would be jealous as fuck, which was the whole goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm jealous she got you, Steve.
She has all of us. She's community, as I said before. Jess is like in the ether sphere, and we just kind of like go, Jess. Now,
I hope not.
What's gonna happen is we're gonna bloat her ego so much that eventually she's gonna be like, "Who are those guys?"
I am gonna be the new Kyle.
You're gonna be so diva. We're gonna have to schedule an appointment just to have like her stream with her or something. Oh my God, Aussie Globehead, 100 Australian. Thank you, dude. He says this to go towards the maintenance of Jim's mustache. I'm not giving him a dime of that, but I'll give him critiques on it. I trimmed mine, Jim. Thank you, Aussie Globehead.
That's awesome.
I say that you use a small portion of that to sign up to $1 Shave Club for Jim, and then he can fix that mustache real quick.
That defeats the purpose of maintaining a mustache.
Dollar Shave Club has like
the number one rule of handlebar mustaches is you don't shave.
You don't shave, yeah. You're still supposed to kind of trim it somewhat, aren't you?
I mean, I use a straight razor.
Just to tell
Ozzy
Globehead,
neck and edging and stuff.
We are doing a flat Earth thing coming up. We're trying to arrange some kind of flat Earth thing. It's in the works, so.
We got Jim in here talking about edging right now. I don't know.
Jim, you want to have a stream on edging? As in proper like maintenance of your mustache. Don't get all creepy on me.
And now Jim's disappointed.
Jim looks like he's crushed. He's just frozen. He doesn't know what to say.
No, I'm not frozen.
He heard Chess say the word edging, and he lost his freaking mind.
I mean, I just didn't think that it necessitated a response. I feel kind of awkward.
You should. All right. So, anyways, I think we beat this horse to the death. Except I thought this was funny. This is for entertainment only, and the views expressed in the stream are the opinions of Kate. Aw, like that's a disclaimer that gets you out of any kind of responsibility and having to deal with the ramifications of what you say, Katie. It doesn't. It does not. That little blurb still means that you need to provide evidence for your freaking claims. And by the way, especially, I want to know again how she, in her mind, made my comments toward rape culture have anything to do with sexually harassing towards her. I just, that to me is just bizarre. I mean, something is just not functioning correctly in her mind. All cylinders are not firing, so to speak, if that's how she thinks.
I mean, that is a discussion that can be had, right? Like how much rape culture does and doesn't. We should do that sometime. That should be another stream sometime.
I'm totally cool with that. I really am, because I have my opinions on that. But I don't fall into the far left extremist radical views of rape culture, right? I don't believe in this mystical patriarch system that they make it out to be. Not saying that men don't have an advantage. They clearly do. But they definitely make it out to be an extreme version of what I think the actual reality is. Mr. P, 2 pounds. This goes towards the maintenance of CVs. What's that? I mean, CV as far as
CV is me.
Oh, Chester V. Okay, I thought it was like for a resume.
Well, it's only fair that if you get my mustache maintenance money, then I get Chesh's money.
Well, what does she need maintenance? I mean, first of all, you're saying that she's high maintenance?
No, well, I guess in a way I'm saying that she doesn't need it, so just give it to me, right?
Well, she kind of does because she's doing commissions.
She does need it? Oh,
yeah.
Where does she need it, Steve?
Oh, she needs it everywhere. She needs it any way you can give it to her. Well, I mean, Chess, do you want to show what you... I mean, I hate to ask you on camera, but do you want to show what you showed us before we went on air, girl? We won't get us demonetized.
Where was I?
Check it. She went blonde! The best of both worlds, brunette and blonde. How hot is that? So that's what she spent her weekly allowance on, was hair color.
It's not done yet.
You're not going to do it... Are you going to do it all blonde?
No. I'm just doing the underside, but it's going to be a color.
Yeah. It's
not going to be
I think
blonde.
It looks amazing. I think you did a wonderful job on that. And why
thank my roommate then, because she's the goddess
I like
of
your
hair.
roommate. I haven't even talked to her, and I like her.
She's on Twitter now. You guys can find my roommate if you want.
Yeah. No,
if you think I'm a shitlord.
Oh, Smitty wants a redhead, and I don't blame him. Redheads are awesome. You need a little red in there, like Lisa, like maybe like
Can
a
I
string.
show you guys the color? I can go get it. Show you what it's gonna be.
Gauge 333. Do you know where Mr. Atheist stands on this? What her hair color? I have no idea where Mr. Atheist stands on any of that. No.
Probably on the left.
Probably.
Probably on the left.
Whoa, Tarkan, why so creepy, Steve? Oh, I'm creepy as fuck to Chess. I don't think she would have it any other way. Yeah, I mean that's why we get along so well. Okay, so
I tried to swipe away a Windows update, and I clicked restart by
yeah, I
accident.
think people are jealous that I actually have real friends that I get along with, where we have a real connection as far as how we communicate with each other. Cheshire, Nikki, Off the Hook, Sarah Michelle. We all have a friendship. We have a cabal that we have, kind of thing. And I think a lot of people get upset that we have a kind of friendship that we can talk to each other and flirt and be friends, and people get upset by that for some reason. Believe me, you don't need a white knight for people when there's no reason to white knight. It makes you look like an ass, because all it does is show that you don't have that kind of relationship with certain people that we do. You know.
Who's that?
Hashtag non-sponsored.
Ah, there you go. Hey,
That's the hair color.
You should get a sponsor for hair color. There you go. But
so just like picture that, but like 2 shades darker with like a hint of green.
So yeah, but you're just gonna do like, I would imagine, like a streak, right?
It'll be the back.
Oh, the back.
The underside. Yeah,
Okay.
all the blonde will be red.
Oh, so you got to go blonde first, then red.
I gotta get the dark out of my hair.
I got you. No, that'll work. Yeah. Real quick, AT2 Productions. Hey, Steve, have you watched this video yet? If not, it's so bad it's great. Katie's mods are creating an echo chamber over there. My channel got banned for questionings at Great Debate Community. Yeah, no, I know they're creating an echo chamber. Jared, comments are disabled for this video. And again, I understand certain videos to disable comments and even like this. I understand that. But when you say honest commentary and then you make false accusations about me and other people, and then they come and by the way, the other accusations she was making for people are unrelated to anybody in this community. So they're even going after her, going, "Hey, you need to stop making these weird connections because you're accusing people of things that are just not true." The Canadian Atheist, I need to go back on your podcast, by the way, buddy. Your little zombie super chat animation is the things Nightmare are made of. Yeah.
Somebody made a really good point that I'm like, we're allowed to joke because if I was having a bad day, we would know about it. It's true. If I actually thought I was being harassed or I was being bothered, I would I would destroy things.
You have no idea how much we're scared
or
of
if you
her.
had a drink in your hand, like I would approach it with some skepticism. Like, should I say this? Probably not.
Exactly. We're not stupid people. Just scares the hell out of us, okay? But we love her to death. She's our buddy. We have the utmost respect for her, and that's why we can actually say the things we say. And she can say whatever she wants to us, because I'm not going to be offended by anything. She can do no wrong. So we love you, Chesh. Okay. The Evil Scotsman, $5. Cheshire's the best thing to come out of the death of Non Sequitur show. Might be true. But you know what? She's not the only one, so we're not going to stroke her ego that much. Nikki's amazing. She's my best stalker that I ever had. Sarah Michelle's amazing. I love her commentary. She has one of the most brilliant insight into things. She just analyzes things and spot on seems to get shit right. I'm waiting for the one analysis she does where I go, yeah, we're going to talk on that. I've yet to see it. So go subscribe to Sarah Michelle's channel. And then we also got... let's see here. Oh, obviously Sweet Heathen is amazing. She haven't got her channel up running that much yet. We're going to make that happen. And, we got a lot of cool people coming out. We got Jim. Jim's, was part of the Non Sequitur show. People, recognize him more now. We got Dave McGinnis. His talents are being finally recognized because,
because of Steve.
Kyle kind of shat on his work a little bit.
Disciple of Kairos.
Disciple of Kairos. Is that going to be your official name now?
Yeah, that's my channel. I've got some content out now. I'm working on a whole lot more. I've been working nonstop. I'm putting out a whole series.
Awesome.
It's gonna be really good stuff.
Yeah, I'll put those links in the video description afterwards. I kind of been slumming. Nicholas doesn't flirt. Steve doesn't flirt with me anymore. The fuck I don't, dude. I flirt with you all the time. You are my main man.
Jim's always in my inbox.
Jim is more my side bitch.
Jim,
what's up?
Have you hit 10,000 yet?
10,000 what calories?
Subs.
Oh, I haven't hit 1,000. I haven't.
So you're gonna shave your mustache when you get 10,000.
We got to get all you guys to 1,000 subs easily.
Yeah, that's all I want. I just want 1,000. I'll be happy with
I'm over
1,000.
400 now.
She's over
I
400.
I actually have a video coming out after this too.
Well, I can guarantee it. I can tell people to go subscribe, but until you get more content, there's only so much I can do. So as soon as you get videos,
Slippery Slope Show, my channel.
yes, right. So
My
that'll
channel's
happen.
got content on it. What the fuck?
Is it just because I'm a white guy with like this hairstyle? Like, do I really look that much like Kyle?
No,
I didn't think so either.
but you don't look
I
like
would say
Chesh
yes.
either. So
I mean, yes, I do. Have you seen her with a mustache?
have I seen you in a wig? Yes, actually, but we don't want to talk about that.
No, that
Kyle
was
has
her
a
with a
better
mustache. That wasn't me with a wig.
Why does this keep resizing Chesh? I don't know what I'm doing. It just magically makes her small again. It's like she takes just a.
It knows that she's a small person and she just needs a small window.
It's doing its best to comport
It's
with.
doing it. I every time I don't know what it is. All right, so we beat that horse to death. So again, telling people out there, look, don't go harass Katie, but you certainly are in your rights to ask her for evidence because she made a comment on Twitter saying, I don't have to give anybody evidence for any of this because I'm not stating it as like some kind of like fact or whatever. And I'm like, she's like, it's my opinion. I'm like, you're stating your opinion that is accusatory of me. Yes, you need to provide evidence for that. That is not how any of this works. When you think you can say radically things are almost criminal in some cases about me and then not having to justify it. That's not how any of it works.
It's slander.
It's slander and libel too because she writes it too. But yeah, so yeah, you're not going to get free of that, Katie. I'm sorry, you're not going to hide in your echo chamber. Again, I don't want people to harass you or to mock you in any way, shape, or form. But they have a right to ask you about your accusations, and
Yeah,
because you
people
certainly
shouldn't
have
be like contacting her workplace.
No, of course not. No, I would
But
very much against that.
I am very skeptical that that actually happened.
Me too. But if they did, I would denounce that person.
Absolutely.
I do not think
Yeah.
anybody should go after your family, after your work, anything like that. Anybody who does any of that stuff, I really have nothing to do with. And I know some people that do that I keep tangentially on the peripherals because I don't want to make enemies of in some cases. But I don't associate with people that'll do that kind of stuff, and they know it. So, all right. So, anyways, moving on. Next, we have this is disturbing. So if you have small children, have leave the room now. This is Matthew Bell. People might know Matthew Bell from back in the day. Matthew Bell and I have been on G-Man's channel numerous times. We were on a couple other things together. He's been on my channel many times. He was one of the biggest contrarians on the planet. Everybody hates Matt Bell. I mean, his nickname is Bell End because his head looks like a penis, and he actually sounds like one too, because he just is a total dick. Now, as much as I can't stand the guy, and as much that I never got along with him, I just never thought something like this would be in his makeup because he was a theist. He was an ex-young creationist who always preached about morality, objective morality, and atheists have morality, have no morality, and stuff like that. And what happened? He, I guess, was paying people in the Philippines to rape women, underage women, even unconscious women.
This article isn't very long. You just wanted to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and finish what you're saying. I'll pull
And
it.
by the way, he's only 2 years older than me, and he looks like he's like 10. But yeah, you could read. Do you want to read it in the GLaDOS voice?
I can try.
No, I don't
It's
think.
gonna
this-
take me. It's gonna take me a second to grab. The
Hey,
link.
51-year-old man, his belief. No,
Eh,
you do it so much better. But well, I don't know. Do we have to read it in a nutshell? It's basically you guys can get the idea. Is that
There it is.
he was paying people to see young people abused, and they call this the utmost depravity. That's
It's really
pretty
short,
harsh.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to read it.
A 51-year-old man is believed to be the first person in Scotland to be convicted of live streaming the sexual abuse of children. Matthew Bell directed the attacks from his home in Irvine. Go through the rest of where the fuck he lives.
North
The
Ayrshire.
High Court in Glasgow heard Bell was in contact with female pedophiles in the Philippines to prey on the youngsters as he watched. On one occasion, he paid 93p
Pence.
to see a young girl being abused. A judge was told Scott's cybercrime experts had never witnessed such a case before in this country.
And
It also
wait, real quick. 93 pence is not a hell of a lot of money. right? I mean, that's like $1 something maybe, American.
Yeah, it's not much.
93 pounds is like
Oh, the
a
pounds or
little over
pence?
$100.
No, that's pence.
Is it
It's
pence or
pence.
pounds?
It's
That's
not
pence.
pounds.
That's not
Pounds
pounds.
is
Oh,
the
okay,
L
okay,
symbol,
yeah, pence. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not much. It's like $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also emerged Bell directed a man to rape an unconscious woman via live stream. He is now behind bars after pleading guilty to 4 charges under the Sexual Offense Act. These
Mhm.
include inciting the commission of the abuse of children as well as conspiring to rape the woman.
I'm in a cell with Big Billy Bob and live stream that.
Lord Arthurson told the first offender the crimes were of the utmost depravity. The court had heard how Bell was caught in March last year. His computer as well as the hard drive were analyzed. Prosecutor Stephen Borthwick said moving images of sexual exploitation were of child sexual exploitation were recovered. Bell has instructed said abuse to take place by verbal and written communication to persons in the Philippines via internet message services. The prosecution added, normally, police cybercrime recover images in which accused person has not been involved in the abuse itself, but instead downloaded. The cybercrime unit is not aware of any other case involving live streaming of child sexual abuse in foreign jurisdiction. Bell was put on the sex offenders registry and reprimanded in custody ahead of sentencing later this month.
So he hasn't actually been sentenced yet, so we don't even know how long he's got.
Well, he's looking at 15 to life is
15 to
what
life,
they're
okay.
what they're saying.
Not a problem with that, if not longer. But
Yeah.
I don't know that a lot of people remember Matt Bell. He goes way back when. Isaiah, you if anybody here is going to remember him because you've encountered him before.
Unfortunately,
Was he one of the most obnoxious individuals of all time?
he was just a contrarian on purpose. Like
Which made him
basically.
obnoxious. I mean, he didn't. He went out of his way to argue for just the sake of arguing, and most of his arguments were just stupid. I was happy the fact that he left Young Earth Creationism, but then he just became a fundamentalist theist and always dogging on atheist morality. And I'm like, this is like apropos, isn't it?
Well, and it wasn't just about morality. He's led full campaigns against child abuse, against child sexual trafficking, and things like that. Like he's
Has he?
been adamantly outspoken about these things.
I don't remember that. You might be right, but
Yeah.
Okay.
So he.
why are you green? Not you.
Why am I
Do you
what?
have me highlighted?
I don't have anything. It's on your end. It's your camera or something. I didn't do anything. Weird. I like it though.
So he set out on a mission against in the early 90s and 94 against this cult while he was part of this Christian organization called Reach Out.
Oh.
And they dealt specifically with cults and occult groups, and they were called they called themselves, or they were after this they called themselves the Family of Love. They kept their kids homeschooled, and they were like sexually exploiting them and things like that. And he was very, very outspoken about that, and not just this, but many other times. This is just one instance, but he has been on the front lines in fighting against sex trafficking and child abuse.
I think I vaguely recall something. That makes it even like 10 times more disturbing, doesn't it? Though in a way.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like misdirecting by directing.
Or he got his contacts via his supposed altruism kind of stuff.
That's possible too.
Because I guarantee you, there's nobody in here who would have any idea how to even if we had these propensities, I wouldn't even know where to begin to do something like he was involved in. It would just be unfathomable to me. So obviously he had to find out about the people in the Philippines, how to do that kind of stuff, and that I would imagine he probably did through his feigned arguments against it, maybe.
Oh
well,
my God, the Christians
he actually
were
visited
right.
the Philippines, and it's it's rumored. There's no substantial evidence, but that he did it while he was there. But there is evidence that he was in the Philippines while he was doing martial arts. It was there doing some tournament or training of some sort. And there's actually pictures of him in the Philippines.
Now, is this like dark web shit?
Well, no.
This wasn't done through the dark web.
Doesn't sound like it.
What he's doing?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, whatever he was doing, he got caught. So, I mean, either he was going into a room that they were monitoring, and then they later picked up on it. But at some point, they got probable cause to gain access to his laptop and find these other things, and resulting in an arrest. But I think he was probably in some private group that was doing this, and they let somebody in who was undercover, and they just stayed there for a while and busted everybody. I'm thinking, because when he was arrested a while back, and this is just now
I didn't know
out.
about it though.
Back in March, and that's because nobody knew about it. The first article that was posted about it was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It's almost like the young Earth creationists are right. You turn away from Christianity, you don't have any morals anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm thinking that he probably made some kind of a cooperation deal where he gave dirt on somebody else, and he was cooperating or something like that. And maybe the investigation wasn't concluded, so they didn't want to release any information. That's my guess.
You're probably right. And let me address one question in the audience. Ray Rez, when it comes to Nate, I'm going to say this again for the millionth time, and I'm never going to discuss it again because I'm tired of this troll group. I have no idea when Kyle talked to Nate, and it was probably long ago. This is with the information that I've heard from people and seen. However, if he didn't, it's irrelevant. I don't care. I never said it was official, and I certainly never said that Nate was his lawyer, because Nate's in New York, not North Carolina. He cannot be his lawyer. I know this. I'm not an idiot. I think Kyle and him may have had a discussion prior to all this. If they did it, then I'm wrong on that, and I'm fine. It shit happens. But there's a troll group going around talking about Nate. I don't want to ever talk about Nate ever again, and I'm never going to mention his name ever again. He is, to me, somebody who's very untrustworthy. He screwed me over. He makes many videos against me, Ozzy, and Alex Malpass that he got wrong. If you want to see the videos that show why he's wrong, go watch Burt Pool's videos. But I'm no longer going to be addressing anybody in those troll groups, including Nate, including any other names that are out there that have made videos against me, because all they want is notoriety. All they want is attention. I've already addressed it. Like I said, if Kyle had never talked to Nate, so okay, guess what? I was wrong on the information that was provided to me. Big fucking deal. But it is nothing to worry about. It's nothing to give a shit about. But I know he's definitely not Kyle's lawyer. I am going to be having conversations with Kyle coming on this Friday. He's already talked to some legal stuff to various people, but the stuff that he was talking about as far as this was not to Nate. That's not what I was trying to imply. But when he was saying that his lawyer, I don't think he's hired a lawyer. I don't think he's actually have one on retainer. So I was using it in the more of his lawyer is, like going to Nate or something and asking for legal advice, which I think he has done in the past, but I can't substantiate that because it's just hearsay from people that have told me that and things that I've seen around. Take it for what it's worth, right? I mean, that's all I'm ever say on that matter. These people are trolls and they need to be left alone. That's it. Does that work? Does anybody else got any questions on that?
I'm in Jim's background now.
That is really weird. Yeah, it's like night vision. All right, so anything about Matt you guys want to move on to? It's weird. I haven't processed it yet because like I said, I already knew he was an asshole, but this is just beyond magnitudes beyond what I would ever have expected, And he's not the only one. He's the second person in the community that's had that happen to. There was another person in our community that I didn't know what happened to. He just vanished one day. He had a big channel. His name was Christopher Hitchlap. He had a channel about 58,000 people. And I've been on his channel, and he actually did some CGI work for me. Never talked about anything in the provocative way. He never seemed to even be a sexualized person. And yet he was arrested in Florida, got 10 years for child pornography. So it's just kind of weird that certain people that you just never expect have this kind of shit happen to them. I'm still trying to process it. And I hate to say it, I like that guy, Christopher Hislap. I could not believe when I found out that he got 10 years for this in Florida, because I was like, what the hell happened to this guy? I can't get a hold of him. He just
This
vanished.
is the first I'm hearing of it, actually. I didn't know this happened.
Do you remember Christopher Hislap?
I absolutely do. I thought he was an interesting character. I didn't know that he was arrested.
Got 10 years in Florida, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The fuck. Some people just are fucked up.
But like I said, he never even made nothing he ever said was even remotely sexualized or anything like that. He was more into, anti-theism kind of thing and promoting Christopher Hitchens and things of that nature. So that was really out of the blue for him.
You're an adult.
What?
Maybe he didn't say anything sexual around you or anybody else because you're adults.
Possibly, but then But I would expect people to be like throwing out feelers and stuff like that, because I mean I don't know how it would work. I know who I talk to and I know what the things I say to them, right? I don't know how I would even go about, even if I had a proclivity for any of that stuff. I would not know how to go about to even find shit like this in the Philippines. It just would not be on my radar.
I mean, the thing is that people who are attracted to children are so repressed, specifically by the law, which makes sense, and by culture, which doesn't make as much sense, because they essentially are like ostracized and demonized, and they get desperate, and that's how a lot lot of that kind of stuff.
Well, they need mental health assessments. Look, I hate to say this.
Get that if you're immediately.
I'm not the
like,
thought police, and
right at the gate.
I'm gonna get shit for this, and that by all means. But I'm not the thought police. What people think, that's what they think. How they act upon things is what I'm concerned about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it disturbs me if somebody looks at my daughter and thinks of her sexualized. Yes, I can't say that it doesn't disturb me, but I don't think they should be arrested for it.
Right, but the thing is like it's very, very difficult for those people to get help because they are so ostracized.
I agree with that. It's probably obviously
there's
a huge stigma.
People who fall into this sort of situation where they know that they have proclivities that are perhaps that they don't want to engage in, but they don't want to seek help. They don't want to talk to a therapist. They don't want to be viewed as a criminal, right?
No,
they don't
want
to.
I think you're right.
So they just never get any help, and eventually it just gets the best of them. I think that happens a decent amount.
That's why.
Canadian atheist is right. The DSM lists pedophilia as a mental health disorder. They need treatment.
Yeah.
And the fact that the vast majority of the population, when asked if they think if pedophilia or being sexually attracted to children is okay, almost everybody you ask will say no, resoundingly, just no.
That is a societal thing and a societal norm, and there's reasons for that, right? Even biologically speaking, I think there's reasons for that. Yeah. I don't myself understand looking at something that young and going, oh, I want to get off. It's unimaginable. I know women that are gorgeous that even I don't even want to go near that shit, right? So, I mean, we all have things that we are attracted to. I truly am a sapiosexual. I find women's intelligence to be a turn on. If they happen to have a nice body, all the better, right? But when we stigmatize things like this and they don't get the mental help they need, that's when I think is dangerous, because now, like you said, I think they have to act it out in other ways. And now they get desperate. Yeah, they're bringing their fantasies into reality, right? And that's where the problem lies.
Part of it's the public narrative, right? I mean, if you look at the public narrative, somebody's a pedophile, most people are just like, yeah, kick the shit out of them. Or like, if I caught one of these people, I'd fucking kill them and stuff like that. Imagine if that was the case for, I don't know, people who are OCD, right?
Yeah, I don't think that
OCD
should be violent.
Says, I'll kill you if I know you're OCD. They're not going to seek treatment either, right?
No, I agree with you 100%. Look, if somebody has not acted upon certain things, then why would anybody want to be violent to those persons? Those persons need
people with schizophrenia used to be burned as witches.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough I want to spend on Matt Bell. I'm surprised. I know DP has to probably do a segment on this. They're not fans of Matt Bell, Drunken Peasants. So, all right, moving on. So, anyways, I had a couple videos come out recently, and like the first video I did, I'm trying to do standalone videos, 3 to 5 minute standalone videos, and I hopefully get better each time, at least get my groove on. And I think the second one I did was better than the first, but the first one that came out, look what happened. It was like I'm dying here. It's like I lost like 25 subs, which could be just a glitch. I don't know. But I had people actually downvote my video and like 148 downvotes on it. And yet not one of these people had the wherewithal to explain why they were downvoting as far as what I was wrong about. Not one. This was like a similar to thing when I had like this stream here, late night Sunday stream, Matt Dillahunty, Aaron Raw, wrong on the internet, 141 downvotes. Yes, I uploaded mine
And
because it's
again,
good.
we're back to public narrative. I would bet you real life money that I don't have, that if you changed your title, that wouldn't have happened.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? It got 6,000 views. But yeah, this dislike makes no difference to me. It really isn't. In fact, it helps the metric either way. But I pinned this particular one, and I think he was in our comment section earlier by Michael Perez. I like this one because I like when people say shit they can't back up. This is why I call Katie out. So I pinned this particular comment. He was in here earlier going, "God, the live chat's boring" or something like that. He says, "I advise everyone to read through the comments." And Steve McRae responds to comments. He is dishonest and appears to have anger issues. I reply, anger issues. I'm like one of the most mellowest kind of people around. I very rarely get upset any longer. Dishonest.
I've seen you lose your cool maybe twice.
It happens. We all do, right? And by the way, shit hits the fan when I do, right?
Yeah.
But I said, what makes me dishonest? Evidence for this libel, please. Oh, look at that. Nothing. And then I got this other guy come in and no, Steve is dishonest in his arguments on his thread. Really? Okay. What
Jim's
is
got
dishonest?
a dumpster fire going on behind his head.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, I pinned this, and I want people to see that every single person so far that has said I'm wrong about Matt and Aaron has done so out of pure tribalism. And I keep explaining to people, if you hold people in such high regard that they are untouchable for what they say, that is how tribalism happens. We want to keep people honest. We want to make sure that they're putting out the correct information. As much as I like Matt and as much as I like Aaron, if they say something that's completely foobar, I'm going to call them out on it because I'm sorry, Aaron doesn't know fuck all about philosophy. And when he makes philosophical comments that's demonstrably wrong, that any philosopher will tell you that he's wrong on, most of them do. He says he has one that says he's right. He won't name him. I'm guessing he's talking about Peter Boghossian, who thinks religion is a virus. So, but he's never had a paper on this. Aaron has never shown any paper from any philosopher that I'm incorrect on any of this. The logic I have is sound and valid. You ask any logician, right? And I've asked a few. I had Stephen Hoyt review my last video. He's like, good job.
There's also things in philosophy where nobody's wrong.
Yeah, that too. What was that?
That's true, but
quote
not necessarily this case.
Right, but that's
there
true.
are...
But when they say Steve is wrong about what he's putting out, that is wrong. Excuse me, because I am putting out correct information as per reason, logic, and evidence that is supported by the philosophical journals. So they can't say I'm wrong on this. They can say we don't use Steve's usages, we use our own. Fair enough, but that's not what they're saying. They're outright saying we have shown Steve to be wrong and he won't admit it. Bullshit you have. Bullshit. Not one of these people have ever shown that I was wrong on this. And yet, I go watch Aaron Ron and Ozzy have a debate. Ozzy cremated him on philosophy, just decimated him. So, I mean, again, people say, well, you're beating a dead horse. No, I'm explaining things as long as, like my last video put out, go check it out on my channel, Steve McRae. It's called Agnosticism 3 Ways Better Explained. As long as groups like Atheist Republic, American Atheist, and the Atheist Community of Austin continue to try to drive home points that are just not true or not explanatory enough, like they do with agnosticism, I will be out there correcting them, and I want other people to do as well. And I notice more people are as well. They're giving them pushback. But what do you guys think of that video, by the way? Did you watch it? No, you don't watch any of my shit. It's okay.
Well, I was in it.
Wait, you were in? Wait, no, you were in my. No. My last, the video, Gnosticism in 3 Ways. That video.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you didn't watch it yet.
It seemed fine.
Chesh, I thought we were tight. We can't be friends. Yeah.
What's that Tim Minchin quote where he says something to the effect of, when people become beyond reproach, they slip inexorably towards corruption or something of that sort. When he's talking about movements.
I had to spend all day looking at this Bell guy and watching Katie's video at 1.75 speed because why would you ever watch her at normal speed?
So slow she talks. Yeah, there's a couple people I play at like 1.5 speed and it sounds somewhat normal. Like I have a friend, Deconverted Man. He makes some videos trying to analyze my videos, and it's cool that he tries. Got to give him credit for that. He fails.
Listen, I just want to get on this guy a little bit more about how dare he insult chat.
Oh
How
yeah, that
dare
was at the very beginning. Yeah,
What the hell?
I think it was him. I'm gonna go look here in a second here. By the way, this was my video. Let me see if I can find it in chat. No, yeah, see, 16 downvotes. They won't say why, but it's okay. Let's see if I go back to the very beginning. He might have already been off.
Because I don't like you, so I'm gonna downvote it.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
That is what it's for.
Anyways, yeah. So this guy Perez, Michael Perez. Again, I don't have no idea who he is. I'm 99% sure he was in the chat earlier because it's the same icon, and I'm sure that was his name. But if you go back and rewatch this at the beginning, you can see that it was. But he was like, "Oh, the chat's so boring," blah blah blah. And yet I'm calling him out. I'm like, dude, if you think I'm wrong, come face me like a man. I don't get that. I have an open hangout once every week or two where people come in and ask me questions and try to show them wrong. So far, nobody ever has. And I have somebody tonight at 6 o'clock on my channel, Pacific time. Nice guy. He totally agrees with me now, but he has some questions he wants to ask, and there's somebody on Facebook that as well. So we're going to be doing some kind of either Ask a Philosopher or just a hangout where people get to come in and ask me questions on this. And again, the people on my channel that are saying, oh, well, I want this channel to be mostly science and stuff like that. I get that, but my channel is never dedicated to that. If you became a patron of mine strictly for the science and you don't want to watch the philosophical stuff, I understand that. You don't have to. I'm going to be running a bunch of different content. Like on the 8th, I have Dr. Hugh Ross and Dr. Misha Griffith and Dr. John Kroon coming in. We're going to be talking about the philosophy of science. Then on the 15th, I have Dr. Fuzrana and Dr. Misha Griffith coming in. So we will have those kind of discussions as well. But my channel is a potpourri of various stuff. Even the drama stuff, occasionally I'll do, but I'd rather put most of it on this channel, obviously.
Things also, like, sometimes things just need to be addressed. And this is an ongoing situation.
Correct. Anyways, guys, on other news fronts, I've got a couple new games that I want to try that people have gotten. I got Borderlands 2, which I haven't tried yet. I'm halfway done through Portals 2. Great game, by the way. I bought it for Sweet. She's going to try it out, and then she gets finished the campaign, and then we can do co-op play with Chesh and some other people.
Yeah. Now you're
What do you think of the performance?
Portals.
What do you think of the performance of Stephen Merchant as Wheatley?
What's that?
What do you think of Wheatley, the robot?
Oh, the guy that was programmed to be a dumbass?
Yeah.
He's cute. Yeah,
That's
cute.
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
Wheatley's great. How far are you in?
I've just got past the point. I'm on level 6 where Wheatley has taken over for GLaDOS and exchanged the brains, and he's now becoming a dick.
And he sends you up, and he's like, no, wait, hold on.
I'm so lost, you nerds.
You said you would play Portal with me, but then you never set your stuff up. And I never heard
Get
about
Portal
it again.
2. We'll play Portal 1 first, but it's $2 it's $1 each. Portal 1, Portal 2 is $1 each, man. For $2,
I'm not
you
gonna
get
pay for
hours and
something.
hours of
Who
playing
pays for
gameplay.
stuff anymore?
I was gonna buy it
It's
for
$1.
you.
I'll buy it for him. It's
But you
$1.
didn't set up your Steam. You needed to spend $5.
Oh, and by the way, Cheshire, never mention Steam to Reds Rhetoric, just FYI. Don't do it.
Listen, that boy is so busy. He doesn't have time for nothing.
He's very much against getting Steam, and we keep explaining to him, you need Steam. Steam is life. Life is Steam.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of work to do. Maybe when he's done his work, maybe I'll force him into
All right,
League of
yeah.
Legends.
I think if anybody can
Because
force
he would
him, it'd
rage
be you.
monkey, and it would be great.
We should stream Divinity Original Sin 2 when we get that on the go too.
Yeah,
Nick?
I've asked somebody for that because somebody said, "Hey, I want to buy your game," and I was like, there's really nothing I need, dude. I'm overloaded with now. I got Everspace and a whole bunch of game. I got a game that's not even out yet until April 16th, so I'm good on games. But I did put one on my wish list for somebody who said that, "Hey, I want to buy you a game for all you've done." I'm like, okay, fine. So I want Divinity 2 Original Sin. Looks fun. That game I'll play with other people.
It is fun.
too.
I've played
It's
that
good.
one.
Yeah.
It is a good one.
Yeah, but we're gonna be doing that like once, maybe twice a week on this channel.
There's so many wonky builds that you can do
Oh
that are
man,
just like so bizarrely like specific. Like the support, the terrain support is hilarious because you basically just ruin all of the floor everywhere.
yeah, just turn everything to poison or fire or ice or whatever.
And you put like rocks up so they have to walk through the whole thing. It's great.
Can everybody
Yeah.
fill Sweet Heathen in and what she's missed? Can do a recap for last hour. Do it in GLaDOS voice. Do a recap.
Katie is not very high on the IQ scale, making a whole lot of assumptions.
That's pretty good.
Who was the other guy?
I love when she becomes a
Matt
potato.
Bell is a pedophile.
Why am I
He's
laughing at
been
that?
detained.
I think more incarcerated, but yeah. The GLaDOS
Well,
would
he
say
still
detained.
has. He still has to
He
go
has
to. He still has to
been
go to.
Detained. I like when GLaDOS becomes a potato. So you can just tell she's so pissed and feels so.
I love Potato GLaDOS.
Potato GLaDOS is hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh. I'm a
One
potato
day,
now.
Half-Life 3 will happen, maybe.
Half-Life 3 is an ongoing joke. That'll never happen.
It's not
Gage,
gonna happen because they could never live up to the hype at this point.
Yeah, because that's been an ongoing meme for how long? Gay Akage for 533. You strike me as a fan of Dragon Age or a potential fan. Yay. I tried Dragon Age once on my older system. It didn't work, and so I would have to try it again on this system, which obviously this system could do anything. This is a beast. So yeah.
The Dragon Age games are pretty good.
But there's just too many. Any of the longer games, I don't want because there's just no way I could finish that. Portal 2 I can finish in a couple days, right? 6-8 hours of the gameplay. I'm already on level 6, and then it's co-op. But I'm telling you, Portal and Portal 1, if you haven't played it, I recommend them. They are fun as hell, I gotta admit. So I got them for Sweet. She's gonna be playing them, and then when she gets good at that, we're gonna play co-op Portal 2. So
there's another game that's similar to Portal. I can't think of the name of it, but the lead, like you have to like shrink stuff and change dimensions and stuff, but it's like similar puzzle first-person shooter thing. I think that the guy who voices Q, John Delancey, does the
There's a Psychonaut, a new Psychonaut that's coming out.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Although I'm not so thrilled that Microsoft now owns Double Fine, but maybe they'll have more resources to make more games.
Well,
There's
I mean, a lot of people have
so.
messaged me games they want to play, and like I said, there's only so much time in the day, and I don't want I'm not a gaming channel, but this will have gaming on it. However, if Cheshire, like when she finds free time, if she wants to do gaming stuff on here, she more than can, because that's to promote her Slippery Slope show. That'd be a good way to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So promote the channel, smile, and
I
then
don't know.
promote your
You
channel.
guys want me to play games?
We want you to play games.
Would you like to play a game?
There's a very good chance that I'm going to have a system that'll be able to actually render things at a good speed.
Yeah, this doesn't. I was up to 214 frames per second. This thing hit.
Oh, the chat. Oh, the super chat was for me for Dragon Age. I actually haven't played Dragon Age.
Oh, that's for you. Okay. Please
I
don't
played it,
touch
so I
me
don't know.
there. Please touch me a little bit lower and do the left. Yeah, so we're gonna be definitely playing some games. I know John is still gonna be doing hangouts in this particular channel. I think once a week, maybe on Saturdays. He's got a pretty eclectic group that he brings in, and I watch those, and they're really good conversations. I'm actually really impressed how he's been trying to moderate some of these discussions and the quality of conversation. So that's been kind of fun. Glitch has got a D&D game that he's promised us. That's going to be Cheshire, myself, Dave McGinnis, probably a couple other people that may want to play. So,
Do I get to bring Anna?
That's going to be fun.
I
haven't
Ruin
decided my
everybody's day.
class and race and stuff.
Sure.
I could
or
bring
which
Anna,
book?
or I could bring. Okay, I could bring Anna, or I could bring 13.
who's 13?
13 is a 7'2" Warforged construct.
Oh God,
Who is a rogue ranger multi-class.
you're a rogue ranger. I played.
Yeah.
I my characters were this. I even
Swashbuckler specifically.
my characters were Straight Wind the Paladin and Marcus the Magician. I was Kid.
Aw.
And I had Jaeger the Ranger. But that was actually the only reason. This is weird. This is true. I named him Jaeger the Ranger because at the time I was playing Chuck Yeager Flight Simulator, and it just okay, that's cool.
There are actually pictures of 13 that I've done that you can see if
That was
you're
way
interested.
later on in life. What?
I had a warlord dwarf once that was named Happy. We actually had an almost all dwarf campaign once.
I don't play in character. I
We
suck.
had a
I
mage
guess I need to
named
start.
Dopey and a bard named Sleepy and a Bashful the Barbarian.
Do you play in character?
Depending on the group, yeah.
Do you, Chesh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Absolutely. Anna is a
It's honestly more fun if you do.
I don't do characters very well. Glitch is gonna have to like like give me a pass on certain things. I like the game, but I can't act.
You just gotta have the right kind of group.
Maybe.
You'll be fine.
You'll get into it.
Although I do look kind
You'll
of
get
elvish.
into it if we're getting into it.
I definitely. He's gonna make me play an elf character. I'm sure, right?
Oh, I mean, you can hang out with Anna's half Eladrin, half human.
Oh, are you?
None of these piddly little elf races.
I want to be a half elf or a full elf that looks down on people.
You guys are
Yeah,
too
so
fucking cool
my-
for me. Like, you guys are just on another level of coolness. I can't even compete.
We brought you into
My
the cool kids
level of
table for a
elf-
reason, Jim. You're cool.
My level
I'm-
of
Go ahead, Josh.
my level of elf is the level of elf that looks down on high elves. My level of elf lives in the Feywild.
Sweet ass, you would role play with me though, right, Steve? On a whole different
Oh.
level. On a whole different level.
Do elves have gods? Like, would you be like an
Yeah.
elf god?
If somebody ever
Sealy,
role plays
unsealy
with
court.
Sweet Heathen, I'm sure they'll probably see God.
Anna's end game, when she gets to like the end, like high level end doesn't go anywhere anymore. Her end game is essentially she becomes a messenger / go between / kind of arbiter between the Sealy court, the unsealy court, and the material planes.
I gotta remember the lore. I had all the books. I mean, I was really into D&D back in the day as far as the lore. I didn't even have to look at the charts. I knew, my favorite was the Deck of Many Wonders. When you draw the
Deck of Many Things.
The Deck of Many Things. When you draw that one card, that is like Oblivion, it just kills it. Like your just
Destroys everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like filling bags of holding with lakes, and then turning them inside out.
There you go. But
Oh God, you're those assholes. Got it.
Glitch likes newbies, so when Sweet Heathen, myself, Chesh, Dave, and whoever else wants to play, when he gets that going, yeah, we would definitely push his limits because I'm gonna make him tear his hair out, going, God, why are you people so stupid? Roll a goddamn saving throw, Steve. I got a natural 20. You all suck. I'll be like, yeah, giggity.
I should get Glitch to my D&D Discord server that I run.
Oh, the Canadian Atheist plays too, so maybe we can get more people to play. I don't know. At least like not all at the same time. 'Cause I think
You guest
maximum is like 5
characters.
people is like.
People
a
could
good
come
group.
in maybe occasionally and like play an NPC kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It'd be fun.
I mean, I've actually
Glitch
got
is-
Anna. I've
it's-
got Anna
it's-
and
it's
13. I've got Anna and 13 rolled up and written out as NPCs if anybody wants to use them.
She's hardcore, man.
I have spreadsheets. I
Wow.
wrote down all of the spells.
Can somebody
what
quote
level,
I have spreadsheets.
I'm
She's
hardcore,
hardcore,
with- and I
man.
have spread sheets.
I have a one really big spreadsheet of spells, what level they are, like what classes can cast them, what book they're from. I have another, and what kind of magic they are, whether it's like evocation, conjuration, etc., etc. I have another one that's the monster manual and Volo's guide and Xanathar's. That's all of the monsters, alphabetical, what their challenge rating is, where you find them, whether or not they can cast spells, what book and what page you can find them in. I have spreadsheets. I just typed them all out from the book.
You're basically a Kender, you know.
She is so hardcore. She has spreadsheets.
Does that turn you on, Jim?
No, I
No,
didn't
Excel
list-
is a turn off. Okay, just
I like Excel actually. I used to do a lot of spreadsheets too.
double-
So
nope.
What?
I've done it enough out of necessity that I'll be happy if I never see a cell, column, or row ever again.
what sucks is when you're trying to when you use Excel and you learn something like Excel. Because I did take Excel and I actually took Access and a few other things too. Not that I remember shit from Access, but when you try to use Excel and then you go over to something like similar, like LibreOffice or something, and yet they don't do it the exact same way. It drives me nuts trying to figure out their notation to do something that you know how to do in Excel.
I made a spreadsheet for stores about like whether or not you get a general store, a blacksmith, a common store, a high-end store, a clothing store, and what items you would find and how likely they are to be in it. It's a spreadsheet.
That is pretty hardcore.
Okay, this one is, yeah, I have yeah, I didn't actually list what the components were because that was, you can't really sort by what the components are, so I didn't do that. I think I did I put if they have a material cost?
You're one of those people that actually tracks the copper too, like gold, silver, and actually tracks your copper as well.
Yeah, money's important.
Yeah. I knew it.
course. Why wouldn't you track how much money you have?
No, I get it. I'm there. I just don't really care about copper pieces.
I don't have whether or not they require components, but I do have whether or not they're rituals, whether they can be ritually casted.
So you're pretty inflexible on the rules then.
I'm totally flexible with rules. I just like having the information easily available.
Then why are you green right now?
Because I found out that I think it's because I'm clicking off of the call. It's turning me green.
So Katie just posted another video, like literally just now. Get out. She did not. Did she?
You need to do some yoga, some deep breathing, some meditation.
Oh, I also have what kind of monster they are. So like humanoid, aberration, celestial, construct, elemental, undead, monstrosity, plant. So if you're like, oh, I need this kind of monster for an encounter, you can sort the spreadsheet and it will put all the plants together, and I put their alignment, so you know whether or not they're neutral good, lawful evil, You can sort by all of that shit.
I don't see a new video on Katie's thing.
Yeah, I don't either.
Also, yes, Glitch, I can give you access to it. It's on my Discord.
Well, we'll definitely have to get going on that then.
I was actually in the middle. Unfortunately, I don't have the books anymore. They did not make it here with me, really. So I don't have the books at this point, but I do still have access to the PDFs. So what I might do is I was working on a spreadsheet of character backgrounds. So you would have the background, and then you would have what skill set you get from it, because you get different skills for having different backgrounds, and it's really annoying to flip back and forth to be like, okay, well, does my character class already get this skill? So why would you can't stack it, so you want to make sure you pick a background that doesn't actually screw over what stuff you have. So I was working on a spreadsheet with the backgrounds.
By the way, I guess this one guy here, Bothell guy. By the way, have you noticed a lot of the trolls don't have avatars? Like two subscribers.
Cowards.
Yeah, it's total cowards, right? And he's like, he just messaged me on something. I don't know if it was on this video, but he messaged me. That's what I thought. And I was like, this dude hasn't said shit about what I'm dishonest about, And if he wants to come on, he's more than welcome to. But like when you have two subs, an avatar, you're too lazy to even put a fucking avatar on. Yeah, I'm not really that concerned for your opinion. Here's the thing. If you come at me and you really do not have any understanding of the topic, why would you think that I really care that much about what you have to say? Now, that's not saying that I don't care what people have to say if they have a valid argument. I do. And that's not saying that they should know a lot about specific topics. But if I go to somebody like Jim, let's say Jim knows a lot about biblical historicity, okay? Much more than I'll ever know. And I don't study that. And I say, hey, Jim, you're an idiot on this, right? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're just so wrong. Richard Carrier, he's got a PhD. He knows what he's talking about, and you don't. And you ask me why, and I just say because. Does that really? And you had that happen before with people, I'm sure, Jim.
It's just useless information. If I say I don't like you and I don't tell you why, then it's completely meaningless.
Yeah, I don't like you, Jim. Therefore, Richard Carrier is right about mythicism.
Yeah, but it's only meaningless to somebody who's not involved. But like if somebody just says that they don't like me, or somebody says, "Hey Jim, you're a fucking asshole," and then I'm like, "Well, oh man, like I don't even know you. Like, why would you say something like that?" And they say, "I don't know, just because." Like that doesn't change the fact that like I'm still wondering why they hold that position.
Right, and you can't make any kind of adjustments if they don't tell you. So, like,
Exactly.
if somebody wants Steve to have a different position, or if somebody wants Jim to have a different position, or they don't like the way Jim comes across and the way he says something, and you say, I don't like you, and I think you're wrong, well, great. I can't improve what I'm doing or adjust for you, because you might be right if you don't give me that information.
Oh, or worse is when they think that they have the correct information based upon what they've heard, which is merely parroting, but they're just begging the question at that point. They're right because they think they're right.
Yeah, a lot of people have just accepted a narrative, and they've heard that you're running counter to that narrative, so they just assume that, if their narrative is correct and you don't share it, that you must be wrong, and they don't look into it any further. I don't even think that they know what your position is half the time.
I just had a guy tell me that a theological incognitivist was similar to a rock, that they lack a belief. And I'm like, you just missed the whole point of what a theological incognitivist is. This is literally here to my ears somebody trying to explain calculus by not knowing algebra. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Practically wrong across the board, and yet this is what people tell me. Yet if you go to a philosopher, especially an epistemologist, and say, yeah, theological cognitivists, they're just like rocks, but they don't believe in God, therefore they're atheists. They're gonna look at you like you're a fucking idiot, straight up idiot.
Oh, don't talk about the rocks being atheists.
There
No,
was like a
we all know that rocks are Roman Catholics.
Yeah.
there's
Well,
like
like I
a
said,
6-hour
Bionic Dance still
conversation
puts out that
about
narrative. Rocks are atheists. You go, Bionic Dance. You go with that reasoning. Logically, she would be correct from her own worldview, though. That's what's weird. But that's why it's an absurdity, but logically correct as far as she puts it out. But it's weird.
It was much more than a 6-hour conversation that we had about rock not being atheists, and it was absurd.
Well, that's why I use
hours?
it. I use it
was
as an absurdity, though. I use it from an argument absurdum, argumentum absurdum, because it really is. That's why. Yeah.
Well, it went through your whole work shift.
I didn't think it started at the beginning of it, though. I thought it didn't start till like 12.
No, rocks are not agnostic either. Agnostics suspend judgment. How can a rock suspend? A rock would have to suspend judgment. How does a rock suspend judgment? They're not conscious. They're not atheist. They're not theist. All you can say about a rock is that they're a non-theist, because non-theism is a category that must exist because of what's called a complement set. So if you have theist, the complement set is not theist. Anything that's not a theist is in that complement set by axiom. It has to exist in the complement set. So anything.
Atheism is a position. You need to be able to hold a position.
All of us fall into the category of non-theist. Anything that exists that's not having a belief that God exists is under non-theism. In that regard, as far as a set. But it's useless to think that way, though. But it's true. Kage again, 333. Thinking about doing a show with Christy Santiago. Me or you? I would love to have Christy Santiago on here. She doesn't come on here. I don't know why. I don't know. She loves me, and I love her. And
Because you're creepy, Steve.
Oh, I'm very creepy to her. I love Christy Santiago. She's one of my favorite lesbians of all time. But no, she's just really busy. She's on Gray's channel. What's her thing called? League of Extraordinary something humanism. What is it called?
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Atheists and Humanists.
Something like that. Yeah, she's so bright. So I talk to her frequently on Facebook, by the way. But
She's amazing. I had the pleasure of being on their channel a couple months ago, and I love Gray Skeptic. I love Chrissy.
I love Gray. Yeah, Gray Skeptic is awesome. Yeah. I would like to promote their channel more, matter of fact. And by the way, Sweet Heathen, yeah, she loves Christy Santiago even more than I do. She's creeping on her hard, trust me. But as I said, no pics, never happened. So, yeah. Although Sweet Heathen, I think, and Christy, if Christy wasn't married, would make a cute couple. Gotta admit that. But Christy Santiago's married people.
Christy and I have a love for each other that is
beyond transcended that.
Completely platonic, but it's deeper than most people would ever know.
No, and I love that. She is a wonderful human being. I got to tell you, I have met some amazing people on the internet, and she radiates just pure nicety. You know what I'm saying?
Aww.
Yeah, she's just genuinely a good person, and just being around her, just talking to her, she's just so she just tries to see the positive in everything, but she doesn't let anything slide, and I like that she has a very, very good balance.
She gave me hair advice too, and it was really good. So.
Oh well, she probably gets bad hair. Or are you taking it, Steve?
I'm having a bad hair day today. I admit. I tried to straighten it, but I've been really light on the conditioner shampoo because you want to use lauryl sulfate on hair that's been processed as far as a Brazilian blowout. So all the shampoo that I had is basically useless. I really got to go out and get a very special shampoo to use on this type of hair. So I haven't really been taking care of it as much as I should. So I only do when I go out. So
My fancy conditioner.
oh
Is it
yeah,
a little bottle?
what is that? That might be something that's more lines than I need to get because it can't have sulfur. Was it sulfur lauryl sulfate?
Yeah,
This
something
one
like
is
that.
specifically for dyed hair, so colored hair.
Have you ever gotten a keratin treatment?
Well, this wasn't a keratin treatment. It was similar as a Brazilian blowout. They use it's formaldehyde, but not
You
good.
guys
Right,
have
right.
done more hair stuff than I have.
Yeah. We're vain.
No,
We're
I
more
haven't
vain than
done it.
you.
I just paid for it.
Sarah,
Oh.
Sarah says, start a group named Agnostic Republic. No, I'm not. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing agnosticism. I have no agenda. If you want to be an agnostic, be an agnostic. You want to be an atheist, be an atheist. You want to be a theist, be a theist. I have no agenda what you people are. My agenda is only they have the right information to make a decision based upon correct information. That's all.
Your agenda is education.
Right.
I mean, you could always start an agnostic republic and like get your own island that wouldn't.
The next
really
person that
exist.
says that, I'm gonna slap the pink off of them.
Night Demon, $2. Everyone show your support. Become a Patreon. By the way, yes, I don't want to mention any names. Starts with a D. Became a Patreon just a few minutes ago. Thank you, everybody. Everybody, I try to message every Patreon that messages me or that becomes a Patreon. And we are having a Patreon thing once every 2 weeks. So this week on Saturday, 2:00, and of course you are all invited.
Patreon Hangouts is such a good idea. I need to add that to mine.
Yeah, I really think it is too because they give really good feedback, and I like to have my pulse on the dial of what they think, and so yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the ingredients on this box now to see if that.
I'm just catching up on other things, see if there's anything we missed. You guys, anything else you want to add? Because we are going on the 9-minute mark, and probably call this to a close. I got to do another thing at 6:00. I think more than likely going to be doing, and then people are going to be coming on and asking me questions about some of the things that I put out because they have started to come around and believe me, but they still have a few minor questions. So I told them just join me on a on-air hangout tonight, and we'll talk about it. So.
Who knows?
That's a good idea.
Hopefully, if someone grabs you Divinity, we'll be able to play that sometime soon.
Yeah, I want that Divinity too. I gotta admit that does look really fun, and I would play the shit out of that with you guys. So
Yeah.
Divinity's fun. It's also just fun to see how long it takes before you can kill each other.
Yeah, because you don't.
I'm
have
not
to,
mean.
It's a co-op game where you're not locked into playing cooperatively. Like
Church is very charitable to newbies for about 15 minutes.
Okay, listen,
Drops
it's
a
not
barrel
my
on
fault
your
you
head.
didn't know how to right-click.
End it, show. End it, Steve. Just click it. End it.
Yeah. One second. All right, guys.
It was Night Demon. Night
Guinness
Demon
gets
is
smaller
the new
too. I don't know
Patreon.
what's going on with this particular.
Somebody mute her.
Mute her. We don't need Cheshire. I put a vote out
I mean,
there.
you don't. That's true.
I
You
put a
don't
vote
need
out
me.
there. More Cheshire, and it came back like 90 or 75% more Chesh. So
Yeah, but your other option was who dis.
some people don't know who you are.
It's true.
You know.
Give it time.
Okay, so anyways, let's wrap this up. Like I said, join me at 6:00 on my channel. Link in the video description to my other channel. If you're not from, everybody here knows my other channel by now. But I appreciate everything that's been going on with the support. I'll let you guys know what's happening with our meeting after Friday. Like I said, it seems to be progress. He wants to show the books and he wants to pay what's due me. And that's the whole goal. And if that is the absolution that he needs to have to progress forward, I'm okay with that. Because at this point, I feel like I'm due quite a bit. And if he wants to make amends, I'm willing to hear him out. I don't have anything personally against Kyle as much as people think that I do. That's why I haven't been going after him. I think he's just made a very hard mistake. He's paying for it now. And I don't want to beat him down. I just don't. I will beat Katie, GE, and KC like a little fucking redheaded stepchild, though, for the things that they've said.
Kyle's kind of gotten enough of a beat down at this point, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like I said, I don't think Kyle's a bad person, and I never want to give the impression that he is. I do think GE, KC, and Katie have a lot to learn about things, though, and for them to make false accusations.
For one.
Exactly. Yeah. So to them, I have a little more personal grudge against. So, anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. Hopefully, I can end this.
I have a video coming out right this second if it loads.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like literally, like right now?
Yeah, like I'm trying to hit the button and it won't let me.
Oh, well, I can put that in the video description after we're done. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll give that to you. Awesome.
Awesome, guys. All right. Thanks for watching this. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Livingston. And yeah, Matt Bell got arrested. What a guy. God, I knew I never liked him. I mean, I never could get along with him. But Jesus. I'll put links in the video description. Okay.
That'll be good.
Good guy.